Hi, I'm Deborah from Deborah Smith Music. Today I'm going to show you a few resources from the DSMusic Music Teachers Digital Library. Let's get stuck into some practice activity examples, beginning with options for melody and the aural type. And if you want to go a step further with the searching function, how about at the early stage? Here's a popular one with students, Poison Solfa Knockout. Here, a poison note is chosen out of known solfa notes. For example, so. Students stand with their eyes closed, and when the teacher sings a known note, students have to show the hand sign unless it's so, the poison note, in which case their hands go behind their backs. If they're correct, they remain in the game, but if they're wrong, they sit down. You're essentially gamifying the practice of so and aiming to have one student left standing at the end as the winner. Let's go back and look at another practice activity now. Believe me, as a Kodály educator, I know how tough it can be to come up with yet another way to practice concepts in your classes. That's why there's a huge collection of ready-made music literacy practice here for you, and it's being added to all the time. Okay, let's try Metre at a late stage, and perhaps a visual type. In the bar improvisation activity, students are given an abstract 2/4 rhythm on the board. They all say this in rhythm names while tapping the beat. Then, using a given rhythm set, students take turns to improvise some missing beats by individually saying rhythm names while the class continues to keep the beat. Let's have a look for a rhythmic activity now that uses a written type, such as this rhythmic alterations. This one's a bit of a bonus as it's a written activity that includes aural and visual elements as well. Here, students sight read a given rhythm before the teacher performs the rhythm several times, but with a few beats altered from the original. Students write the altered version and then they read it out loud in rhythm names while keeping a steady beat. You can even add a creative spin to this one by getting students to create their own altered versions to perform for the class as an extension. In the Kodaly-Inspired approach, the early stages of learning a concept involve aural and visual discovery, preparation, and present. So one of the fun things about getting to the practice stage is getting to vary up the activities. So let's clear our previous search results and look for a melody activity this time, a creative one, such as melodic snakes. Get your students to sit in a circle and keep a slow, steady beat. Then, you sing 2 notes using known pitches. The class then repeats them. The student on your left sings the 2 notes you sang and adds 2 of their own, with everyone repeating. Continue around the circle with each student adding 2 more notes to the snake until the notes can no longer be remembered or are sung incorrectly when the game begins again. Okay, it's Friday lunchtime and you're in desperate need of some fun practice activities for the final double of the day. Just scroll down here and select what you need to find some ready-made practice you can use right away. Let's take a look at a melodic activity. Clever echo singing. This one just needs voices. You, as the teacher, keep a steady beat and sing a 4-note melodic pattern on a neutral syllable without the solfa or the hand signs. Without pausing the beat, you repeat your melodic pattern while the students show the hand signs. And then again, without pausing the beat, the students sing the melodic pattern back with hand signs and solfa. This one is great for keeping them moving and concentrating after lunch. How about a rhythm activity? What about pass the rhythm? Students sit in a circle and sing a known song with the words, then in rhythm names, while tapping the beat on their knees. Then they sing and tap again, but this time the first student claps the rhythm of beat 1 of the song. Then the student on their left claps the rhythm of beat 2, and so on. Practice any known song, known rhythmic elements, and the concept of beat, all while keeping their energy levels up. Lastly, let's look for a metre activity. Maybe strong beat bounce, which is a favourite for students. Now this one does need a large ball for bouncing, but I'm sure you can find one at lunchtime and be ready to go. Here, you sing a known duple metre song with the words, as students form a circle. They sing it back while clapping the beat, and then the next time through, they perform a clap-click ostinato that highlights the metre, in this case 2 metre. Together, they determine the strong-weak pattern of the song while conducting, before then bouncing the ball on the strong beat of each bar, and passing it to the student on the weak beat. Who said Friday afternoon had to be a complete write-off? There's nothing quite like bingo as a fun game for your classroom, all the while consciously practicing concepts and elements. Use these bingo cards to practice recognising do, re, mi and so, or use them to create your own melodic fragments in a fun creative activity. These are all ready for you to print and use or laminate and keep, including the master list and 12 bingo card sets. Simply have a melody from the master sheet performed, with or without the solfa, or even change it up and use letter names. The students then sing the melody back in solfa with hand signs. They can then mark it off their card if they have it. 3 in a row across, or down, or even diagonally wins. The individual simple time rhythmic flashcards can be used across multiple levels and are a great way to get students creating, reading, and having fun with rhythmic patterns. Simply click to download the PDF, which has 10 pages full of ready to print and laminate patterns that include all possible simple time rhythms, at least as many as I could think of. Use them in different combinations to get your students really knowing rhythm. If you're an MTDL subscriber, you can access this resource right now. And if you're not, visit dsmusic.com.au to join us and find more resources just like this one. And as always, keep making wonderful music.